Let everybody file in here. All right, thanks everybody for being here today. A lot going on at the Capitol. It's an honor to be joined by Commissioner Simpson, our statewide prosecutor Brad McVeigh, our Ag Law Colonel, Mr. Lee Adams, Tallahassee Police Chief Lawrence Revel, Lorena Holly from the Florida Retail Federation, Tyson Roberts, the Manager of Investigations at Home Depot, and representative from our Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Deputies Orby Watts and Adam Cates. Today we're here to announce a recent bust of an organized crime ring that was stealing in elaborate fashion from Home Depots. And I'll let the Colonel give a little bit more detail here in a moment. But this network expanded and crimes were committed in 17 counties across the state. Stolen merchandise was taken across state lines, so there's a multi-state effort to this investigation as well. And the point, I want to make is twofold. One, we protect Florida businesses. Our retailers out there should be confident that here in Florida, our law enforcement and our prosecutors are going to ensure that we are holding wrongdoers accountable. And if you commit crimes and try to steal from our retailers, we are going to prosecute you to the absolute fullest. We want our business community to know that in Florida we are pro-business, we are safe, and we want you to operate here free from these criminal enterprises. Second, these perpetrators combined for dozens and dozens of prior offenses. Again, yet another example, we've had so many lately, where soft on crime policies, failures to detain, early releases, lenient sentences do not work. So rest assured, every day that I'm Attorney General here in Florida, we are going to prosecute to the absolute fullest. We will give these criminal defendants a lot of time for reflection, but it will be done behind bars. I want to thank Commissioner Simpson and the Ag Law team for their leadership here, taking strong action, again, to protect our businesses. Because let's remember, these are not victimless crimes. At the end of the day, it's consumers that pay the price. When there's theft in retail stores, it ultimately leads to higher costs for security, for prices of goods, and consumers are hurt. I think many of you have probably been to California and some of the big cities where, you see the plexiglass. You can't even buy a razor without having to go unlock the plexiglass. We don't want that in Florida, not in our stores. We're not going to have shaving cream covered by plexiglass because we are going to hold wrongdoers accountable and we are going to protect our businesses. And soft on crime policies, you're not going to see those coming out of this Capitol. So I thank everybody for being here. I thank our law enforcement. I get to say several times a week publicly, and I'm proud to say it, we have the absolute best law enforcement in the country. And it's why here in Florida, our crime lows continue to go further down on why we are the safest big state to raise a family. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Colonel Lee Adams and the Commissioner to talk about the details of the case, and I thank everybody for being here.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. I'm Colonel Lee Adams. I'm the Director of the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services of the Agricultural Law Enforcement. The Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement is tasked with protecting Florida citizens, agricultural, and economy from criminal activity, whether that's theft, fraud, smuggling, or other threats to public service. Today, we're announcing the results of a month-long multi-agency investigation into a highly organized retail theft ring. 7 individuals have been arrested or charged for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of smoke detectors, circuit breakers from Home Depot stores across 17 counties in the state of Florida. These were not crimes of opportunity. They were planned, coordinated thefts designed to profit from stolen goods. This successful operation would not have been possible without the cooperation of our local, state, and federal partners, including the Office of the Attorney General, Office of Statewide Prosecution, the Lake Wales Police Department, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Plant City Police Department, Polk County Sheriff's Office, and of course, Home Depot. Teamwork is how we stop criminal networks to cross county and state lines. The Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement is not just reacting to today's crimes, we're actively looking for threats on the horizon. And one of those threats is the increased smuggling of Chinese-made signal jammers into the U.S., which is up more than 830% since 2021. Signal jammers can be used to disrupt a range of radio frequencies, channels, and pose a direct threat to emergency response, law enforcement, and critical infrastructure. Signal jammers have already been used in crimes in Florida, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, Vermont, and Virginia. According to the Department of Homeland Security, illegal aliens from South America have used jammers to conduct home invasions and robberies, to disrupt calls to and among first responders. Commissioner Simpson takes this threat very seriously. Under his leadership, we're not only investigating cases like the one announced earlier, but the Commission will be proposing new legislation to combat the signal jammers to protect our first responders and keep our community safe. The bottom line is clear. If you're stealing from Florida businesses or trying to endanger our first responders, we're coming for you. Today's announcement shows what we can achieve when agencies work together. By keeping pressure on organized retail crime and staying ahead of emerging trends like signal jammers, we are protecting Florida's families, Florida's businesses, and Florida's future. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel, and good morning to everyone for being here. Today's announcement demonstrates the exceptional work of Florida Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement under the leadership of Colonel Adams and our many partners in this case. I want to specifically thank Attorney General James Uthmeier and his Office of Statewide Prosecution for their partnership in this case. Their leadership and expertise were essential in building the case and ensuring these criminals face justice. Our ag law agents led a months-long investigation, working hand-in-hand with local, state, and federal partners to dismantle a major organized retail crime ring. 7 career criminals have been arrested or charged for their involvement in this organized crime spree. All told, more than $800,000 in smoke detectors and circuit breakers were stolen from Home Depot across Florida. And Home Depot worked amazingly with us and our law enforcement to make this happen. This was not shoplifting. This was a coordinated multi-state criminal enterprise designed to steal and resell high-value merchandise. Organized retail crime drives up costs for every family and puts store employees and customers at risk. In Florida, we take retail theft seriously. Florida has been strengthening its laws to combat these criminals and to give law enforcement the tools they need to stop them. Sadly, too many liberal states refuse to prosecute retail theft or have weakened their laws, essentially inviting organized crimes into their communities. Here in Florida, criminals who steal from our businesses and our citizens will be held accountable. Our Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement is not only fighting today's crimes, but also scanning the horizons for tomorrow's threats. Like Colonel Adams mentioned, one of these most alarming trends we're seeing in the smuggling of Chinese-made signal jammers into the United States. These aren't harmless gadgets. These are jammers pushed by foreign adversaries against our first responders and innocent civilians. Can you imagine being the victim of a home invasion and not being able to call 911 because the burglars are using a jammer to prevent it? We're not going to let that threat stand in Florida. Federal law prohibits the use, manufacture, and sale of jammers, and Florida law only prohibits their use. Neither federal nor state law prohibits the possession of jammers. That leaves a loophole that criminals and foreign adversaries can exploit, and we're going to close it. There is no lawful reason to possess this military-grade equipment. In the upcoming 2026 Farm Bill, we're proposing to make the possession, sale, and distribution of signal jammers a state crime. This will give Florida's law enforcement agencies the authority they need to seize these devices, prosecute offenders, and prevent jammers from endangering first responders and our communities. Florida will not wait for others to act. We will take the lead to keep our people safe. We are proposing proactive steps to protect law enforcement officers, firefighters, EMTs, and the public from this dangerous technology. As always, Ag law enforcement is going to be a force multiplier for our federal, state, and county law enforcement. Thank you.
All right. Next, we'll hear from Tallahassee Police Chief.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here this morning. I am Chief Revel for the Tallahassee Police Department. And retail theft, it's not just about stolen merchandise. It strikes at the heart of our community. When businesses lose revenue, prices rise for everybody. Employees' hours are cut, and opportunities for growth and investment suffer. It impacts our small business owners who've poured their lives into building something for our city, and it affects the families that depend on those businesses for jobs and stability within our community. This is why collaboration is so important. No single agency can tackle this issue alone. By working alongside the Attorney General's office and our law enforcement partners across the region, we're sending a very clear message. That message is organized retail theft and career criminals targeting our businesses will not be tolerated. Our community deserves to feel safe shopping, working, and investing here in Tallahassee and throughout our state. Together, we're committed to protecting local businesses, strengthening our economy, and ensuring that those who exploit our community are held accountable. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chief Revel. Next, we'll hear from Lorena from the Florida Retail Federation. I want to thank them for the work. The legislature passed and the governor signed a gift card retail theft bill this past year. There are sophisticated people out there. I didn't realize how prevalent it was, but it was quite prevalent, that are going and manipulating gift cards in stores. So when you go and activate it, ultimately the funds are released to them and not to you. This problem became, such an prolific thing that we needed to increase penalties, give our prosecutors more tools to ensure that these people are held accountable. So thank you for the work on that. And I hope we can do another retail bill this coming year.
Thank you. My name is Lorena Hawley. I'm the Vice President and General Counsel of the Florida Retail Federation. On behalf of over 270,000 retailers in the state of Florida, I'd like to thank General Uthmeier and Commissioner Simpson for their continued leadership in the fight against organized retail crime. And as has been discussed, to be clear, we're not talking about petty theft or a random act of shoplifting. We are fighting operations that are increasingly sophisticated and often violent, and that threaten both retailers and consumers, and in turn, threaten and lead to more dangerous crimes such as human trafficking and illicit drug sales. Our retailers are investing over $1 million a year to protect our employees, our consumers, and our products. And without the help of the support from the governor, the legislature, and these critical agencies, this could not be done. General Uthmeier, I would also like to thank you for your continued support of the Florida Organized Retail Crime Exchange. Through this collaborative partnership, Florida can continue to lead the way and fight organized retail crime. Thank you.
All right, and thanks to Home Depot for having some representatives here today. Hopefully we get through hurricane season and don't have to do an event in your store, but it's been a great partnership. We appreciate your efforts to help us, push for law and order. So Tyson, I'll let you come up.
Good morning and thank you. At the Home Depot, combating organized retail crime is more than just about our bottom line. It's about protecting the safety of our customers, our associates, and our communities. I'd first like to thank, with gratitude, the partnership of the Office of Agriculture and Law Enforcement, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Lake Wales Police Department, and Polk County Sheriff's Office, and the Office of Statewide Prosecution for their assistance. We know that ORC is a large-scale, multi-jurisdictional criminal activity that is carefully choreographed. It's crime for greed, not for need. We're thankful for the work of Attorney General Uthmeier and the entire Florida Attorney General's office commitment to investigating these serious crimes and holding offenders accountable. As we approach the holidays, we also want to thank the legislator, Attorney General, and the governor for passing the gift card fraud bill, which is another helpful tool in tracking these serious crimes. We are proud to be a part of the solution to this growing challenge for communities across the country. Thank you.
And I think it's important to highlight, as was mentioned, when we are involved in many of these cases, we see close ties to the open border. People don't realize how expansive the crime coming in at the southern border has become into local communities. And more often than not, there's a tie between retail theft and some larger form of trafficking, narcotics, et cetera. So thankfully, we've shut down the border. Florida continues to lead on immigration enforcement. One of these gentlemen now that has been arrested is a green card holder. That card, I assume, very soon will be revoked. At the end of the day, having a green card is not a right, it's a privilege. And if you're going to take advantage of that privilege and then hurt our citizens, break our laws, we will take that away. Thanks to our statewide prosecutor, Brad McVeigh, and his team, we'll turn it over to you guys to get the job done. Thanks again to law enforcement for putting your necks on the line every single day. I know we're tight on time today, so if there's any follow-up questions about the case, please reach out to our offices. Thanks, everybody, for being here.